Alright guys, welcome back, and it's time we prep the 51 for Cleetus and Cars. Cleetus and Cars has kicked my butt the last 2 years. It's the one event that we can't seem to really nail down. We've won 2 other burnout comps, but Cleetus and Cars always kicks my butt, so I want to be more competitive. There's a lot tougher cars coming out, so we got to make some changes. So now that I got this thing flipped over to E85, we got to do a bunch of, there's some other changes I want to make, but also I need to make sure the 2-step's going to work. And it's not making too much boost or too little, because I really got to be able to launch it. And then I put that water sprayer system on last year, which has some sprayers in here. There's one there to help keep it cool. I need to make sure that system's working. Need to flip the muffler off it because I don't want the muffler on it for there, so we got to put the straight pipe back on. And then I've got some new burnout tires for the back, and we'll talk about that. So I've always done all my burnouts with the duals on it, not these tires, but same wheels, 4 tires, and this thing just has, all this is a wood bed. There's really no weight up here. So it doesn't weigh much, and each one of these wheels and tires weighs like 130 pounds, I think. So it's like 600 pounds of wheel and tire that I need to spin up. And the truck has plenty of power to do it, but I don't have enough clutch. Every time I try to dump this thing in 4th gear, the clutch just won't take it. And with how little weight I have, it's really hard to pop 4 tires. There's just no weight on each tire. So they just spin and spin and spin, and I don't get that good blow that, really scores me points. And now that they're putting time limits on the burnouts, I really need to do something. And I'm not proud of this, but I'm switching over to a single wheel. So I'm going to do the burnouts just on a single wheel. But to be fair, a lot of the big burnout guys have like 1,000 horsepower cars, and they're running tiny little El Cheapo tires. I'm still going to be running a big truck tire. This is a heavy duty tire, real stiff, but I'm only going to be running one, and I've got these aluminum wheels, which should really help with spinning them up and just make it easier on the clutch. And I'm hoping with only 2 on the back, I'll actually be able to pop them fairly easily, because this truck just doesn't weigh anything in the rear. But I'm disappointed it's not going to be a dually for the burnouts. It'll be a dually all the rest of the time, but let me bolt this thing up and we'll see if it looks as bad as I think it is. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I mean, it's not as badass looking as it is with the duals, but okay, it looks pretty goofy from there. But, from the side, it doesn't really look bad. I actually don't mind it. It doesn't look like I'm cheating as much as some of those guys with their tiny little tires, but it should do the job. I just want to be more competitive. I want to put on a better show, and I want to be more competitive. So, cheater single tires. Well, not cheater, so everybody else has. But it's not near as bad as I thought it was going to be. Now, for those of you who haven't seen the video from last year before Cleetus and Cars, you don't know that I added this. So this is, it's just like an RV freshwater tank, and I just put straight up water in it, and it runs out the bottom over here. And there's a pump underneath, and that's what goes to the water sprayers up front. Because my biggest issue with this truck is it just doesn't have a big enough radiator or enough fan, and there's not really any room up front to add anything bigger. And honestly, it does great without it normally. Like, this thing's been to Glamis, and it didn't overheat. It didn't have issues. It'll sit in traffic all day. It's just, when I'm cramming 15 pounds of boost down its throat, it gets kind of hot, in a couple minute long burnout. With the E85, it should be a little better now, but so I topped the water off in here. Now I need to make sure that the sprayers and everything are working, because I haven't checked them in about a year. All right, so what I did was I just tripped the breaker on the fan so the fan won't turn on, because I think I have the water system set to come on at 200 degrees. It's triggered through the Holly. So when this thing hits 200, picked off of it should trigger the water. And normally it won't ever get to 200 because of the cooling fan, but because I have that tripped off right now, because I want to test and make sure the setup's right, that's working, the pump is down here, yeah, right here. I just want to make sure everything's working as it's supposed to be, so we'll just basically let it start to overheat because there's no cooling fan. We'll see if it works. And we're at 200 and nothing's happening. Let's wait for 201 and then I might have to pull the tune. Oh, I think it is working. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice. All right, now let me kick the fan on and it should just drop that temperature like crazy. Yeah, there we go. Now she's coming back down with the fan on. Sweet. All right. Water sprayer works. You can see it. You can see all the water coming out. That's not overheating. That's just the water it sprayed on there. So I'm probably gonna have it come on a little earlier than 200, but you can see it's already coming back down now that the fan's on. Might have it come on at like 190 or something, but hell yeah, that works. Here's the muffler pipe that I've been running on it because we thought we needed it to go off-roading, and then didn't actually go off-roading because, you know, we blew it up like we do every time. But so this is the 4.5 inch straight pipe that we've been running on it most of the time. It's got the side pipe. It's still very, very oil coated, as you can see from when we blew up the motor. Like, it's just coated in there. So this thing's gonna smoke for a while. But we're putting that back on because, I mean, it flows better, it sounds better, it looks better, it shoots fireballs. Need I say any more? First off, let's take a little boost out. We'll take a pound off the top. Because, you know, last time we had it out, it was still over boosting a little. Alright, so that's updated. Let's see what we have in here for the two-step, because I don't know what's in here. 4100. I think I was running at 44 before, but let's try 4100 and let's see what happens on E85, because I really don't know how it's gonna do. Let's see what it does at 4100. Woo! It's not really making any boost there. Let me add a little bit. It seems like it's struggling. Let's go to 4400, because I think that's where I had it before. It's making 4 or 5 pounds. That is rowdy! Holy crap, is that rowdy? That wastegate is nasty up there. Dude, this is awesome. Yes! Hell yeah. It's starting to really feel like this truck's actually back. So pumped. I think now all we got to do is go do a test burnout. been so long. Oh my god, so nervous. Oh man, I'm nervous. I can see fire. I can see giant fireballs out the wastegate. Hell yes! Holy crap. That was some vindication. Holy crap, was that some vindication. Man, that felt amazing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's why I love this truck. Oh god, all those nerves, man. As soon as my left foot hits the brake pedal to just brake stand it, really light them, and then my right foot comes off the throttle because it doesn't take a lot of boost to roast tires. It takes a bunch to get them going. That's when all the nerves are gone and my heart just settles. That was amazing. Holy crap. God, that was amazing. It's so good and it's back. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's so good. I don't know if you can see me or not because it's really dark out, but hell yes, it worked. And I don't even know, man. I'm gonna go have a beer and celebrate this because I don't have to put a new motor in before Cleetus and Cars. But this thing's going to Cleetus and Cars, and I'm gonna do every damn thing I can to win. And I think it's finally in a good spot and it's got a good shot. So come back and watch that. Until then, I'm not touching this thing because I don't want to break it. We're gonna go play with something else.